Hey everybody, it's me, RunnerEye, and today we're going to be ranking the most memorable guest judges in all of Drag Race. I asked you guys on Twitter to send me your most memorable guest judges, whether they were good or bad, and I'm going to be putting them into a tier list based on how much I want to see them again versus how much I want them to be like banned from the Drag Race set. So let's get right into it right now. So first up we have Lady Gaga, and before we get any further, I just wanted everyone to know, I understand that I pronounce that name weirdly, but I am from a little country which you may not think I'm from, so I pronounce that name weirdly, but in Ireland, we just pronounce it like that. Lady Gaga, Lady Gaga, Lady Gaga, which Lady Gaga, Lady Gaga, Lady Gaga.
The reason I wanted to talk to you about that, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I think Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Do a collaboration with Lady Gaga.
Because Lady Gaga.
Did I see this in a Lady Gaga video?
We'd met Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
First in line for Lady Gaga.
They recommended Lady Gaga.
You wouldn't go up to an Australian and say, why do you say clear? Or why do you say water? You would say, I respect the tradition of your people to speak that way, as funny as it may sound. The fact that that gift is not given to me is something that we need to talk about. I don't want to talk about it, just view it as one of my character flaws and let's move on. But Lady Gaga, she was in the premiere of season 9. She walked into the workroom pretending to be a Lady Gaga impersonator. A lady impersonator. I think that's how we'll find the middle ground, is I'll just call her a lady. And then it was revealed that it was actually Lady herself, and that was like a big thing. And then they had to do like this whole challenge for that episode where they dressed up in Lady's different looks. And she was really great because she had like a binder. She came like super prepared. She had like, you know, the references that everyone was making. She was able to like cite what year it was, what she had for breakfast that day. It was really impressive. And then after that, she even came into Untucked and gave like individual feedback.
I do wish that there was a tearaway under this.
There is.
Oh.
Why didn't you do that?
Anyway, where is she going in the tier list? I think she should host the show. So next up, we have someone who is just as iconic as Lady Gaga herself. We have Meghan Trainor. She came in a couple of episodes after Lady Gaga, actually, and she dressed in like a unicorn onesie. And people are really mad at her because they said that she shouldn't have worn a onesie, because most people go to Drag Race and do like, you know, elaborate fashion because it's like the one chance that you have to kind of go big. Because like no one else is doing that at like the Met Gala or anything, so you might as well do it on Drag Race. So she dressed in a unicorn onesie. People got really mad at her, and it was like a whole thing. And there was even like a rumor that started that she stole someone's sandwich on the set. Trinity the Tuck said that. I'll actually read out the quote right here. And she stole one of the girls' sandwich on the set from catering. She just wanted it, and she's like, I'm going to take it. I don't know if she probably didn't even know it was theirs, but yeah, she took one of their sandwiches, and one of the girls didn't have their sandwich. I love the little follow-up that says they had to go get their food elsewhere. I love how ominous that is. You know, she had to get her food elsewhere. You know, it's as though like food is like a scarcity in Drag Race season 9, and that like sandwiches are hard to get, which maybe they were in the like apocalyptic set that was season 9. But then Shea Coulee came out at the Streamies and she announced to like an entire like crowd of people that she was the one who actually started that like rumor. And it was kind of awkward because like she did it to like a whole like room of people from the internet, and like no one knew what they were like really on about because no one had heard about Meghan Trainor stealing a sandwich. It's just kind of like them having a conversation, and like everyone else is like over here. Like it feels like it's a conversation that we shouldn't have, you know, heard.
I made that rumor up. And I'm so sorry. It was me, and I just feel so bad, and I just wanted to let you know I said it as a joke once on the mic. She didn't eat my sandwich, y'all. She's a great person.
But anyway, out of respect for the sandwich, we're gonna rank Meghan Trainor in banned from the set. I'm gonna ban her from the set, not for any real reason. I just like don't particularly like her music that much, so that's, you know, for me, that's enough justification to have you banned from like an entire place. So next up we have Kirsten McMenemy, and this woman is the most cool, but also like very eccentric. She's like totally and completely irreprehensibly, you know, herself, and totally like eclectic, eccentric. She's all of these things put together, but most of all, what she is a good Drag Race judge. Unironically, like she was really good because she was like, she was invested, right? She was invested. She cared which is something that like not a lot of judges care on Drag Race. They're kind of just there to just vibe and have like a paycheck, and so that they can like tick off their like one good deed for like the LGBTQ plus community for the year. But she was there because she wanted to be there. She wanted to give good constructive criticism. She also put RuPaul in her place, which I love to see.
And my good buddy, supermodel, Kristen McMenamy.
Long time buddy, by the way. From the 80s, honey. I remember you when you were nothing.
Anyway, she's really good. Like, listen guys, like I don't have to say anything else because like, you can see by the way that she like has her hair. That's the best way to tell that someone is a good judge on Drag Race. It's their hair. It's by the lack of pronounceability of their last name. Kirsten. It's about everything. It's about everything. You have to take everything into consideration. It's a real like art form what I'm doing here. I think she absolutely should host the show. Like, that's what she deserves. So next up we have the Queen of Rap. I think it's Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, I don't know much about her, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not super into the like the music gay scene. So I learn everything through Twitter. So I think she's the Queen of Rap. I think, and I don't wanna upset the Barbs. Barbs, I know about that too. Cause I fucking know shit, guys. Like like my mind. But we have the Queen of Rap. Potentially, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna get back to you on that. We have Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj was the kind of like premiere host of season 12, and she was kind of like great in a similar way to Lady Gaga. Guys, we just gotta say it's fine because they both were very constructive with their critiques. They both were very invested. Like Nicki Minaj gave like great constructive critiques when she like completely shat on Heidi N Closet and told her that she should quit drag.
I hate your hair and makeup today.
I also loved the fact that she wrote like a little verse for like the judges, which I feel like they definitely asked her to do. Like production definitely wanted her to do that, and she did it. And like I unironically appreciate that. She looked great. Like I really love like the red that she went for. It probably has some deeper meaning in the Barbatrons. The Barbatrons, the Barbs probably have like a deeper meaning for why she wore red. Because she was on RuPaul's Drag Race reading. And anyway, we're just gonna move on. But like what I am saying about Nicki Minaj is that she would be a reoccurring guest judge. Like I would love to see her back again. That's just my opinion. I would like to see her back. I think she did a great job. So next up we have Vanessa Hudgens, the voguing expert herself. And she was on the judging panel for the All Stars 3 talent show.
I want to see your fierceness a little more because I know that you have it in you.
All right, thank you for that challenge.
And she was infamous for saying that she was so into voguing right now. That was like the thing that like people crucified her for showing interest in stuff.
I'm so into voguing right now, so that gave me life.
But the way that she said it, it was kind of like critiqued for being like a basic straight girl at a club, where it's kind of like superficial. Kimchi tweeted about it. It kind of became like kind of a joke, but also some people were like actually criticizing her for saying that. But you know, she's like an unproblematic queen, so it's just like, we know that she would never say anything problematic in like her entire life. She just never would say anything in any way, like at least a little bit controversial, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Till July sounds like a bunch of bullshit. It's a virus, I get it, like, I respect it, but at the same time, like, even if everybody gets it, like, yeah, people are gonna die. It's just terrible, but like, inevitable? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now.
You know the way Oprah does like the where are they now things? We should do that, but for Vanessa Hudgens and see if she's still into voguing, see if that led to anything. But anyway, she's to be honest, I don't want her to be reoccurring. Like, she's fine. Like, we'll put her in once was enough. So next up, we have Aubrey O'Day. And she did a guest judging thing for the perfume thing that was on season 5 thing. And she was super invested being there. Like, she was not just sitting back, chilling. She was super kind of like proactive and trying to get the queens to do what she wanted to do. And then maybe that's where her downfall was. She cared too much. Because like the criticism that she gave kind of, you know, it like gently leaned towards unconstructive criticism.
I think her campaign and her in general is obvious, unoriginal, and overdone.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. It was like a little bit rude. And by like a little bit rude, I mean she started feuds with like every single person on the cast.
Coco said she was gonna fight me on Twitter. That bitch can kick rock.
But it made great TV. Like a lot of the things of them doing their commercial would have been boring if she was not there. So like I'm very much down for her, literally like destroying these like contestants mentally. I don't know if it would necessarily translate well to like a modern day season, but I would be interested to see, like, just for the sake of like curiosity, for the sake of, you know, experimentation. I'm gonna invite her back. So she's gonna go in. She's gonna be a reoccurring judge, but like every like 10 years. That's what we'll do. So next up we have Leslie Jones, who was a guest judge for the season 12 Balls Ball, and she is like the epitome, or the epitome, I've been told it's pronounced, of a super fan. She's like a super fan, and she like was totally and completely in awe of everything. Like she seemed so happy to be there, was very enthusiastic, you know, was very kind of like adorably fangirling out of very like norm core things.
Gentlemen, start your engines and may the best woman win.
And obviously she has like a big charismatic personality. She was getting into the puns on the runway.
She didn't already have horses.
And she had such a big impact on the girls that even Heidi and Closet decided to play her for the Snatch Game, and she like dressed up as the way that she was when she was guest judging a couple of episodes prior on the Balls Ball, as we've established. Anyway, where does she rank? You know, let's rank this person's worth on a tier list. Where does she go? She's gonna go in reoccurring guest judge. So next up we have Jeff Goldblum, who is also on season 12. So people had been tweeting me Jeff Goldblum, but I'm gonna like make an executive decision, and I'm gonna add Rachel Bloom in here too, because they were featured on the same episode. They had so much screen time on those episodes, and people never recognized that Rachel Bloom was amazing also. It's always Jeff Goldblum. But I will be kind of like a Rachel Bloom truther, and I will kind of add her in here even though no one asked me to do that. They got to come in, and they got to be part of Choices 2020, which was like a presidential debate parody, like spoof improv challenge that the drag queens on the show had to do. RuPaul's Drag Race, there's drag queens, they had to do this. And Rachel Bloom and Jeff Goldblum were the, sorry, I just realized that they both said Bloom at the end of the name. That's so cool. Anyway, but they were the moderators. They were the moderators of the thing. And they did a really great job. They both captured the essence so well. Jeff Goldblum was so curious. He was so inquisitive.
How do you plan to engage younger voters?
That's a question.
Yeah, and what's the answer?
Look over there.
Where? Oh, that's a good one, Jada. I've never seen that device used in on the debate stage before.
And then Rachel Bloom, you know, she knows a thing or two about acting, about parodying, about being kind of like campy. She like captured that essence so well and was able to play on it so well. It's like she just did a great job.
You have to put your left foot in and shake it all about. Widow Von Du, shablamming for America.
In college, I was a member of the Hokey Pokey Party.
I had no idea. What is the Hokey Pokey Party, by the way?
Conservative. It was a dark time. Let's move on.
And then, of course, you have Jeff Goldblum crying at the lip sync between Widow Von Du and Jackie Cox, who I saw in Austria, by the way. I saw her walking around in Austria, and then I tweeted it on Twitter, and then people got really pissed at me, saying that like I was delusional. Why the fuck would she be in Austria? And then guess who fucking responded to my tweet saying it was her? It was fucking Jackie Cox. Everyone gaslights me and makes me think I'm crazy on the fucking internet, but I'm smart as shit. Okay, I know what's going on, and I saw her and I didn't want to bother her. So I left her alone. And that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, where's these people going? They're a package deal. I'm gonna put them in reoccurring guest judges because I want them to come back, but only together. So next up we have Leah Remini, who is a guest judge on season 6 for like this like makeup advert type of challenge. Now Leah Remini and Michelle Visage, they had so much chemistry on this episode. They had kind of like a sibling relationship, a sibling rivalry even, and they were constantly like butting heads, but in like a very loving way. And it's just a really funny episode. And Leah Remini was super you know, into giving like feedback. She was defending the queens.
Well, she does this realness thing. That's what she was doing in the commercial.
I don't want real, I want a drag queen.
Okay, but that wasn't their commercial. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, am I on another show?
Now, Leah, you like this ad. Tell us why.
I actually didn't.
Let's see where she lands on the list. I want her back. She's gonna be a recurring guest judge. So next up we have Law Roach, who was on the most recent season of RuPaul's Drag Race. And he did so good. It was just so perfect. He not only gave like constructive critiques. That's the That's kind of like the theme of this episode. Guest judges who give constructive critiques are oftentimes the best ones. He's just so perfect for the show. Like, literally, the fact that this is his first time on season 16 is kind of crazy to think about. But he knows what he's talking about. He's extremely loving while also extremely shady with the queens. It's like the relationship between him and the girls was so good, and he was only on one episode. They need to not just bring him back. I'm not even saying that they should bring him back. I'm gonna do like a Simon Cowell thing and be like, I don't think he should be brought back. Because he should never leave. He should be permanently on the panel. So next up we have Raven Simonier, and she was a guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 2, the premiere episode, and she's a little bit infamous in the the grand scheme of things because she gave really harsh critiques for people, specifically Adore Delano, and Adore ended up quitting that season because of what Michelle Visage said to her on that episode, as well as Raven. So, she kind of doesn't have like the best reputation just because she accidentally added to someone's decision to leave the competition, which is not good. Now, because I'm not going to let her back on the set, she's going to have to stay at home. Raven's home. Okay, I might say once was enough. And yeah, she it's fine. It's fine. We don't need her back. It's fine. Next up, we have one of the most famous and infamous things put together. It is Joel McHale on season 11. This was the most commonly requested on the Twitter that I got. He was the most commonly requested. Did that make any sense? Probably not. But he was the most commonly requested one that I got to talk about. And he was on the guest judging panel with Tiffany Pollard, who is a huge personality, like massive. And he was able to like steal the spotlight from Tiffany Pollard. Like most people remember Joel McHale in this episode rather than Tiffany Pollard, which is crazy because she's like literally like reality TV gold. People both love and hate this, appearance of him on Drag Race. It's a very divisive topic because he decided to treat RuPaul's Drag Race as like a sports game. And so he decided to scream for the people who he was like rooting for and just like provide a lot of like verbal like feedback for them. Like if any of the queens' love languages was like words of affirmation, I'm sure they felt like very happy on the stage that day because he couldn't stop screaming.
Yeah! Oh, she pissed.
Are you mad at me, Michelle?
Yeah! Who's next?
Michelle got really mad at him, kind of like passive aggressively. And she just like, she wasn't vibing, but I can't tell if she actually wasn't vibing or if it was part of the bit. I think it was maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah!
Stop looking at me.
But because he was able to get under Michelle Visage's skin so much, people like, it kind of like, it split the Red Sea in half, where you had the people, I don't know why I'm using a biblical reference for that, but there was the people on one side who said that they really loved this kind of like, intense, getting under Michelle's skin kind of thing because it's funny. And then there were people who found him really annoying. I think if I'm leaning towards one side, once is enough. It's funny, but I don't need him to be reoccurring because that means it implies that I want him to be on the show a lot. And I'm good with a once or twice outing for Joel McHale. So I'm gonna put him in once was enough. So that's the tier list. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, guys. Just like, please. I'm on my knees right now begging. Please. I've been on my knees this entire video. That's how much committed to the bit I am. I also have a Twitter. I have an Instagram, and I have a TikTok. If you want to go follow me over there, please do. I also have a Patreon where I talk about the most memorable guest judges that the patrons have submitted. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. In an episode about special guests, it is only fair that I give a shout out to the very special guests that are Cam, Ryan LaRosa, Lucian, Emma Waters, Lona, Jay Stevenson, did you just say Wig? Bradley McGuigan, Reese Burke, James Burton, Cool Gal Nan, Vern Wisner, Craig Blythe, Brony RuPaul, Valerie with Love, Jabroni, Giovanni JPEG, Edgar Allan Pup, Cat Chat, Yuno, Michael, Planet Daniel, The Almighty Anginator, Mobster Lobster, Jamie James Bradshaw, Nico Montano, Ravi Kasari, Eve, Dip, Oliver Wyatt, Yoon Wyatt, Vico Pop, and Tone. Look at all those names scrolling across the screen. They're all such beautiful people. They're certified good people, certified amazing people. And I just want to extend a thank you to each and every one of you.